Welcome back to Quantum Breakage.
Saying how bad could it get, and what could possibly go wrong from that.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for basically this is the part where we end Act 4 in a phenomenally unsatisfying way, as you're about to see.
Even more unsatisfying than the game we've progressed through so far?
I'll let you be the judge of that.
Sure.
Oh yeah, that's right. So it turned out that the Beth that we were with got sent back to the 19-somethings.
To 2000... Yeah. Never mind, you're right. I'm mixing up things. Never mind. Carry on.
Which is weird because the doctor who sent her there...
19XX.
Which is weird because the doctor who sent her there seemed to be trying to stop us, but really just sending her further back into the past, blah,
blah,
where she could still
live. Blah, convoluted time travel.
You know what this reminds me of now that I've seen most of it?
What?
Yes, heavily breathing dwarves.
This comes off to me like a sci-fi version of The Last of Us.
How so? How so?
I know it kind of feels like it. I can't.
There's no zombies. There's no AI partner.
Okay, Dweebs, hear me out because this will be one of my few moments where I actually be really honest, and you will not hear me saying something like this in a while. But at least in The Last of Us, the upgrade system for both Joel and the weapons is much more useful and satisfying than in this game.
Not to mention,
there you go, Pedro. You got your birthday wish. Tio Last of Us.
Not just that. I think even Tay will agree with me that at the very least the characters in The Last of Us were actually written like fucking human beings.
Yeah, well, certainly better than these fucking douches.
So,
Quantum. Should we call this, quantum douche?
No. Honestly, they're not douches. They're just boring planks of wood.
Right, quantum boredom then.
Didn't we already come up with that name?
And
anyway, though,
Echo.
Running out of ideas. Help.
Oh look, after images.
This was back when.
Was it just me, or did I hear?
Hold on.
Let's saying Halo 2.
Basically, this was back in the past when Beth and Will were talking about the time machine.
So, let me get this straight. She's telling him that everything's gonna go bonkers, and yet is telling him to keep it all a secret, yet apparently is still telling him to go through with the machine? Well, gee, no wonder she said it was impossible. She pretty much enacted a self-fulfilled prophecy.
I guess it's because she knows that she's going to, be visited by her future self as a child, so she needs the time machine to be constructed at least.
So she's letting the bad future happen for the sake of meeting herself there.
Like this, Jova. Maybe she feared that altering something as radical as her being visited by her future self would have changed too drastically the timeline, so she didn't want it to take a risk.
Oh, gee. Something bad may have happened to the timeline. It's not like the timeline is about to collapse or anything.
But what if it collapsed even before, We didn't knew that. We couldn't know that.
It's already collapsing.
This story's timeline is so confusing and nonsensical that it makes the official Zelda timeline like a work of genius by comparison.
See, the main problem with this is the fact that, they've already got an upcoming time collapse, which kind of begs the question why characters aren't willing to take bigger risks than that. I mean, yes, it may cause a time, whatever is dooming time, but even still, you've already got it coming. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but even in Final Fantasy XIII, when the character said, screw it, we're going to fight the Foul Sea, at least you could see where they were coming from, seeing as how, because the story was so stupid, they pretty much had no option but to try and fight the Foul Sea. And things couldn't get much worse because their loved ones were already being turned into Super Sea. Whereas here, what reason do you have to not want to try and do the best? My God!
Because otherwise the plot will not move forward.
My God. Final Fantasy XIII characters, as stupid as they could be, were smarter than this.
That's sad. That's really sad.
Was that Battletoads that I heard in the background?
Probably, but probably Battletoads belongs to Microsoft, so that Easter egg is totally within their possibility.
They inserted cameos everywhere these days.
Well, which is weird because when it comes to references, because this game is practically begging you to be nostalgic for Alan Wake because it references Alan Wake so fucking often.
Oh my god, he didn't label the wiring for the kill switch.
Yes, so we have to do it ourselves. Ah. That.
Yeah. What?
Rated PG-13.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Cage took over for that line.
Okay, why did he even swear? It seemed like things were going the way he wanted to with trying to shut it down, or was he trying to prevent...
Okay, let me actually explain what's going on. Basically, what I'm supposed to do is watch that echo and follow Will and see what he actually did so that I can figure out what's going on. Okay, allow me.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. That's actually that's a one good step, Sam. Using the time travel in unique, clever ways to try to create some kind of puzzle about it. That's a step.
Wait a minute.
That's a good step in the right direction. The game should have more stuff like this. Go ahead, Joe.
You know what else I realized, Pedro?
Yes.
Why couldn't this have been the way character development was shown to us? Like, seriously, how cool would it have been to see like characters future-wise or past-wise and see how their characters develop over the time?
It would, but we had to spend time with awesome time travel set pieces.
So let me get this straight. They literally have the means to give us character development in a way that uses the time travel mechanic, and yet they said, nah, let's give it all through vastly long emails that will more likely bore the player.
Not just emails. Like I said before, there's a fucking entire screenplay by a fictional character for us to read.
But we haven't even met.
You know, this is a new kind of stupidity. This is the game that knows it's stupid, and then right when it's too little too late, shows, hey guys, I have this cool idea. I totally could have used this idea throughout the game to help flesh it out better, but nah, here's just your one...
Well, remember, Jova, we also had, in an earlier part, we also had that moment that I gave credit to, where we found Will's workshop for the first time, and we saw plenty of echoes of Will's various phases of constructing and coming up with a time machine. And like I said, that's an interesting way of us getting us to know the character. Why couldn't the game have more stuff like that?
Oh, it goes even further. Remember how I complimented some of the platforming elements of the time travel powers? It's just they were used so sparsely or restrictively. Huh.
So, Bev, what are you up to? Yes, because
of course you can.
Apparently, Bev is a safe cracker.
Question. Why, if they're in the past when Will is still alive and well, why don't they just contact him?
Time paradox.
Time paradox, yeah, probably.
But it's not like they're meeting, their past selves. I mean, they can easily just, go try and pass off any sense of it. And heck, Beth herself could say, "Hi, I'm the woman who warned you all about this. I can prove it." And again. I'm sorry, but if they're worrying about time paradoxes, then Beth already made the risk when her future self, went back in time and met Will. Mm-hmm. So there's literally no reason why they couldn't just try and contact Will. In fact, wasn't this whole thing about him trying to save Will in the start?
Yes. Well, kind of. See, the thing is that, again, we need the countermeasure to fix fix time, and Will is the only one who knows how to use it. That's the thing.
Why is Will the one who knows
it?
Because he was the one who invented it.
Even though Paul, who was supposedly his partner, wait, does Paul know about it?
Yes, and that's why he keeps it at Monarch.
Cool. Wait, hold on. The countermeasure can fix time. Paul apparently gave up on trying to fix time, but the countermeasure clearly can fix it.
No, but that's the thing. No. But remember, Jova. Paul believes that Paul went to the end of time and he saw everybody get destroyed. So he believes that we shouldn't even try to say it because it's no matter what we do, we cannot change the future and shit.
Yeah, no, never mind the fact that we've seen throughout the entire game that Paul's way of future viewing is like constantly seeing different variations of ways things could possibly happen. So for all we and him know, he could have just seen one possibility.
So basically, what we're doing.
There's also the fact that maybe Paul is just a delusion of, or is gone mad through too much stuff at the same time.
So basically, what's happening now is that
kind of like Dr. Manhattan. When you see too much stuff at the same time, you tend to get perception or reality a bit fucked up.
Anyway, so basically, the Monarch guys are about to try to break in to stop us. So while Beth is getting shit done, I'm here to basically buy us time.
Question: why does your gun have unlimited ammo? All of a sudden,
because the handguns in the easy mode have infinite ammo.
Weird. I didn't recall it having it earlier. Or did you switch to game modes at some point?
No, you cannot change the difficulty mid-game.
BRB.
I could have sworn that the handgun earlier had a limited ammo. Maybe it was a different weapon.
Probably. The reason they do it is because this, like, to give you an idea, this section, if I remember correctly, does not have a backpack, meaning I cannot refill ammo consistently. So for the sake of the game, for the sake of not breaking the game, we need to have at least one weapon that has infinite ammo, so that it's possible to move on and kill everybody.
Especially because again, you do not have a melee attack for some bullshit reason.
Actually, you do, Teo, but you have to spend time energy to do it. And it's kind of bothersome anyway. Trust me, the game really expects you to use the guns. Go ahead, Joe.
Is there any other game like this that's had unlimited ammo? Any? Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I've played
Metal Slug.
Yeah, I've played.
Okay.
I mean, I've played plenty of shooters where the most basic, weakest gun has infinite ammo. It's a common thing in shooters.
That's the idea.
I guess to me though, this feels a bit weird because normally games like this, even on easy mode, make it so that you can get ammo, so that you don't need unlimited ammo. I guess there are other games like this out there, but I don't know, something about this game in particular, the way it does it.
In
Uncharted, maybe it's just the game wearing me down with its stupidity, but something about the way this game does it feels stupid.
In Uncharted, it's possible to run out of ammo completely, even for the weakest weapons, but the difference is that, unlike this game, melee attacks are very reliable, and you can still beat the crap out of people fairly efficiently. So even if you do run out of ammo in Uncharted, you can still, if you know how to do it properly, you can still melee attack people fine. And after defeating one person, you can take their gun and their ammo, so you have guns again. So it's very well done in Uncharted. This one, however, they figured, let's just go the lazy way and give the infinite ammo to the weakest gun.
A lot of good that would do you without your time powers if you had to go with a handgun against those snipers.
Like Angry Joe said in his review, if it wasn't for the time travel powers, the gameplay would be borderline awful because it's so, generic and uninteresting.
Actually, question: Can your time powers work from an angle?
Yes.
Because otherwise, I don't see how you're supposed to take on that sniper. Or, two snipers.
Actually, you can, Jova. Remember, no, don't worry. See, okay. Let me get it this way. Unlike Uncharted, where you can die from just one sniper shot, in here, this game is much more forgiving. So you can easily get near the sniper position and easily kill him.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Even snipers in this game are stupid.
See, there you go. See, it's not hard to get close to the sniper's position like I'm doing right now, because unlike Uncharted, if this was Uncharted, I would have to be really careful because you can die with just one sniper shot. But in here, this game is much more forgiving. But go ahead, go ahead.
Not just Uncharted. Try almost any other game. I mean, okay. Maybe snipers don't usually want to kill you, but snipers are tougher than that. I mean, you were blatantly out of cover running.
Sure.
Not that fast, and yet some of that sniper missed you all those times.
Yeah. Well, the reason I used Uncharted as an example is, remember, I'm not really that experienced in terms of cover-based shooters. The only ones I really play are Uncharted, but not in other games, basically.
It's okay. I get it. What I'm saying is, for a game to make even the sniper mooks stupid,
Once again, the locus of Gears of War are much better in comparison.
Well, yeah.
And those are supposed to be alien beasts.
Wait, what?
Oh, hi, Paul.
Why are we seeing this scene all of a sudden?
Because Paul came basically while we were busy
Joel
taking down his
is
troops.
together.
Paul entered without us noticing, basically.
And he's trying very poorly to let Beth join the dark side.
So, which Paul is this? Is this
So,
like...
are you
the Paul
actually
we've
going
been-
to do something, Jack?
So, which Paul is this, anyway?
Oh no, Beth died!
Wait,
She
she
broke
did?
the thingamajig.
Wait, hold on.
There's the countermeasure. Yes, she gets killed in this scene.
Wait, she had the
Theo, this is the part where you're supposed to be sad.
Sorry, I'm not.
So, wait, she had the countermeasure all
Also,
this time?
Paul is literally an edgelord because he teleports behind you.
There you go. That's the countermeasure. The countermeasure is now apparently doing something, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it better, since it's apparently the plot MacGuffin that'll save everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe Sam was like, okay,
Hold on, this is
I
important.
wanted
Hold on, this is
everyone to
important.
look like it's... Oh. What?
There you go.
Oh, how convenient.
There you go. The countermeasure brought him back to
no.
2016. How fucking convenient.
They are not going to do what I think they're going to do, are they?
There you go. See, now he's fast forwarding to 2016.
So, what was the point of going back in time? Oh, wait, that's right. I guess to... Actually, no. What was the point of all that, then? If the countermeasure just brought him back literally to where he started.
Okay. I have a theory. That for your questions, Jova. My theory is that again, when you check out the original reveal trailer back in 2014, I'm honest, and considering how a lot of plots are dropped and shit and immediately forgotten and shit, I'm very convinced that there was probably a lot of story that was cut. Oh, we'll come back to it.
Wait,
basically, Paul killed Beth, so you're supposed to feel sad now.
Weird. She sure stayed alive for a long time.
Who was Beth again?
The woman that was with us. Anyway, basically, this while you were gone, the countermeasure conveniently sent us back to our present time.
So wait, doesn't that mean that there's two Pauls in the same time now?
Don't ask me. The game doesn't address
No,
that.
Joe, it's like Caius in Final Fantasy 13 too. He just jumps around.
So some random woman died.
Yeah, basically, we're seeing the present, and yeah, this is Jack seeing the echo of what happened. You know. No! Why do you even care? You knew this woman for like what, 2 days, and you barely even talked to her.
I guess there was a lot of off-screen character development between.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good segue. Let me go back to what I was saying. My main theory with this game.
Even
Yeah, even he says I barely knew her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah, I basically, Jova, I am absolutely convinced that there was a lot of story that was cut out because this just reeks of unfinished. I
know, right? So, let me get this straight. He got sent back to 2016. So now what is he gonna do?
Now he's going to invade Monarch and go apeshit and kill everybody. Yes, I'm serious.
So do we get a montage sequence at least?
How is he going to do that? He's just one guy against a bunch of security.
Dwebs, you're forgetting about his time travel powers.
Okay.
Rexes.
Okay.
End of Act 4.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I have to bring this up. If this is trying to be a superhero plot, okay, I get that he's been gradually learning how to use his time travel powers, but I'm sorry. No, he can't just be this good all of a sudden, or did all of his training just happen off screen?
But don't you see, Jova? He's angry, and anger makes you stronger, Bart.
So what's the decision for now? Control, surrender.
There you go.
Oh.
Now we're back to the present, and as we saw through that past thing, that's how Paul got the countermeasure.
Wait, how did we get back to 2016 anyway?
Remember, the countermeasure sent us back for no explained reason because the plot needed it to, basically.
Of course.
That's a good question.
Wow, I love how the mouth movements don't match to how
Oh
he
no!
speaks.
Yeah,
Don't you see
hold on.
what's
Basically,
time?
this is actually the biggest junction point. This is the point where Paul's time cancer is at its worst, and he's got to a point where he can barely, make coherent thoughts. So this is the time for us to make the final decision that might dictate either Paul's success or failure. Spoilers!
Can we
Spoilers! It doesn't. Jack still wins in the end. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry to spoil it, but trust me, it's not. It's useless. This choice is a waste of your time. Go ahead, Joe.
Pedro,
I had
we
a
at least-
feeling.
can we
I
at
had a
least
feeling
blow it
was
up?
gonna be-
I'm sorry, Dibs. Could you repeat that, please?
can we at least blow it up?
Blow up what? Sorry.
That device there.
The countermeasure. No. Remember, Dibs. We need a countermeasure to fix time.
Anyway, I figured that that this final choice wouldn't matter because really, I mean, we gotta have our final boss somehow, and God forbid this game have two different final bosses based on your choice.
Is that glass bulletproof?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious. How much does this final thing change? Does it change how hard it is for Jack to reach it, or how easy it is? I really.
Basically, don't worry, Jova. When we get to this choice, they'll show you. Remember, they always show the consequences of each choice before you choose.
Although we kind of have a bout of ambiguous narrator here, since a lot of Paul's predictions have kind of really gone astray.
So yeah, gotta get backed up because our time cancer is getting worse. I've decided to go with Dardigans. For those who don't know, Dardigan is an awesome YouTube channel that does some really awesome game sins videos. Please check him out. Shout out. And he did
Shameless plug.
he did a game sins of this game. It's really awesome. And he calls. And he was the one who coined the term time cancer. So, and I find that hilarious. So I'll use time cancer from now on.
I don't know what's worse, how stupid time cancer sounds, or the fact that that's kind of a pretty much accurate description of what Paul is suffering.
Hence the name. Anyway, basically what I'm doing, I'm trying to find a little bit of narrative objects, might as well, just for the sake of trying to, get as much plot, quote-unquote, out of this as I can.
I have to wonder, does this stuff even have bonus content? Like how Beyond Two Souls had those weird
No,
floaty thingies?
There are there's no DLC, there's no bonus,
Oh, wow.
There's no post-game content, there's no bonus anything, it's just this.
So you're telling me that they made a game that's even more bare bones than Beyond Two Souls, scripted as that game was?
Like I
Well,
said,
actually,
at least it's an actual game with choices that actually
Yeah.
do matter for the most part.
Okay, yeah. However, I will say, though, that... actually, no. No, this is still a better game than Beyond Two Souls. And hey,
Hey, Jova, this is an actual game. That's the big difference.
and also, I'll
Yeah,
give it
Sam,
this.
Sam Lake's issues here aren't that he can't balance gameplay with story. It's just the only thing is he can't make them. The problem isn't quantity; it's quality.
Yeah.
And I will give it this.
Oh, no, Jova, look this up. We're literally checking out the timeline of the entire story right now. Apparently, Paul took notes of everything. And look, hold on. Look at the end. 2021. So
2021.
that's the end of time. So they're heavily hinting that the sequel is supposed to take place in 2021. So apparently I guess they were supposed to be hinting at the sequel coming out in that year, probably.
How much you would have bet that back then? It would have been like
spoilers.
cool
It won't
coming out.
because Dwibs.
Yes.
Tell the audience.
This game will evolve.
Tell the audience why there will be no sequel.
It didn't sell very well.
Yeah.
No, gee, you're kidding. I thought it sold all wonderful. It sold all those millions, 100,000s, double-digit thousands.
500,000 around that area.
Okay, so 100,000s, but wait. Ooh, that's not good considering
Yeah,
the fact that this
for
was
a game
supposed
like
to be
yeah.
a launch title.
For a game that costs us to make as much as this one, that's terrible sales.
Here's what I don't get, though. I'm sorry, but there's no way they didn't know that they were scraping this game of so much content. I mean, look. If you put so much money into a game that is so interactive at the starting line and has so much amount of choice, I'm sorry, there's no way you can make it this bare bones and not know that, well, you're wasting your money. It's like, okay, either something happened and they said, okay, whether this game lives or dies.
Close up. There. Personal space, Paul.
So now what?
Okay, so basically, the Monarch soldiers were able to find one last treatment thingy. So this is the last time Paul can get his time cancer under control. The last time. So shall I shall I control or shall I just surrender? That's what happens if I surrender.
So who's he surrendering to?
Everyone betrayed me. I'm fed up with this world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh. Game, don't try and make Hatch crazy, because as far as I'm concerned, he is actually one of the least people with sense here.
Yeah, sadly.
And now they're trying to make him.
Oh look, it's douche and there you go, Theo. Douche nozzle in a game section.
Wow.
There you go. Basically, if I choose surrender, Mr. Douche nozzle is going to face off against Jack, and he will be the kind of penultimate boss before Paul.
Oh, I get it. So this changes what's going to be the penultimate final boss, I'm guessing.
Yeah, very good, Jova. Very good.
So it's either gonna be the black guy or Mr. Douche.
No. It's either gonna be Mr. Douche nozzle or Liam.
Wait. I thought you said Liam was dead.
No.
No, but wasn't Liam a good guy?
No. Liam is not dead, Jova. I mean, come on. We saw him in the episode, bringing out his wife and shit and taking her with him.
So that's also why the episodes have a point to just converge into
the finale, yeah.
So, question. What exactly would be either of those guys' motives to fight Jack, though?
I guess we'll see that in the live action episode.
They're very good, too. You guys are guessing a lot today.
Can I have as a prize the ability to not watch this game anymore? Oh, well.
Don't you see, Pedro? This game has been giving us all our own cases of future vision.
Okay, so what do I choose? I'm genuinely thinking right now. I'm genuinely pondering because that's actually quite curious about both outcomes. So I was actually genuinely deciding.
So what did you choose?
Hold on.
And then he shoots him.
There we go. I choose control, which means we will fight Liam at the end of Act 5.
What a shame.
Or rather near the end, because the final boss is still Paul, either way.
What a shame. I'd have liked to...
will this also alter, as Jova asked, Paul's effectiveness in combat during the final boss?
I don't know, because I never went back and redid things from this point up until the end. But probably... actually, never mind. Probably not.
Hey, question.
Go ahead.
Are there different save points you can go back to the junction?
Yes, you can. Forgot the entire game from the moment you start. There's a timeline menu in the main menu where you can immediately go choose any act, any junction, and any episode, and do that all over again.
Think about maybe doing an extra part or two so we could see some of them.
I already have an extras part showing off what each junction changes in each episode. But again, I'm not going to show every different outcome in everything in this game because there's way too much stuff. We would be here playing this game forever.
62% of people chose the control.
But you're gonna show stuff how the surrender penultimate boss goes, I guess.
You mean the fight against Mr. Douche Nozzle? No, I don't show that one. I only show the alternate episodes because at this point I just want to get this game over with because I'm so tired of this.
Anyway, join us.
I don't blame you.
Join us for the last live action episode.
The last TV episode, yeah.
Alright, see you everybody.
See ya.
See ya.